Hey guys, LucarioShirona here, and this is pretty late for me to cover, but I'm going to cover the recent news regarding Beyblade X in the August, what came out this last week. So let's cover it. I'm just going to cover generally my thoughts on what was revealed. You probably know them, but this video is just me expressing my thoughts on what was revealed. So let's begin with the on August 8th, and we got ourselves Will Wave. So this one's a random select. So that's another one where you can guarantee to get the hit one of the three blades. Well, you're guaranteed to get the blade itself, but overall, it's just gonna be like, as far as I'm aware, it's a okay, it's a balance type. As far as I'm aware, it's a balance type. Yeah, and it comes with a brand new bit. The Wave comes with a brand new bit. It's a very weird looking shape. I don't. It's E for I don't know. I'm trying to look it up, but I don't see what Elevate Excel. I don't know. It's a more aggressive per se, but it should be interesting. I mean, I didn't know. Let's just say it's a pretty nice looking. It's a decent looking blade. In fact, this was actually. Yeah, in fact, I knew about this blade because it was technically factory leaked, and it weighs around 38, so that's interesting. Actually, it was originally believed to be a defense type, but now we know it's a balance type, so we'll learn more about it. It There were some talks of thoughts that it was going to be a Leon Claw reskin retool Echo, but no. If you look at the plastic mold, it's a bit more rounded. So yeah, that's not much else to say. It's a nice looking blade. And then we'll move on to the next one, and is Lightning L-Drago. Oh gosh, so we're finally getting our uh, first Metal Fight Beyblade remake. So forgive me, I have skipped on the MFB generation of Metal Fight generation because due to personal reasons, well, let's not get too into it. But very shortly, I missed out on a show and missed out on the anime when it first came out, and when I first watched one episode, the dub was terrible. Oh, so yeah, I never got a chance to get into Malphite. But here we are, and it was this Lightning Drago happens to be first one of the first one of the polls to win. It was supposed to be Tripio, but that was cancelled due to pretty dumb reasons. Well, yeah, this was interesting because this is also a random select because it's Lightning Drago, as far as I'm aware, the blade is actually designed. The original Beyblade has a mode change, but since X has not has not developed far enough to a point to do a mode change, or in this case, depending on what's going on for CX, they don't want to just jump ship for to make L-Drago to fit to another system. As of right now, this could be considered as a UX or CX, depending on how this goes. So, interesting enough, they made the choice of making L-Drago two different blades, a upper mode and a barrage mode, and it comes with both 160 flat. So yeah, I have heard people were like saying, "Oh, it should have been 360," but I don't know. I mean, 160 is considered been surprisingly viable in the competitive scene, so I think we're good with the fact that went with another 160, especially it's competitively. I mean, makes L-Drago more aggressive. I mean, not much else to say. Other than that, they probably like pretty sure they're going to save three for Storm Pegasus, so that's another thing to mention. But yeah, we'll move on. And we got ourselves a Phoenix Wing, a special blue paint Phoenix Wing. And if I heard correctly, that this is actually going to be mail-in order, just like the Persona Hellside Blade. So and that's interesting. I wonder if there's going to be a special chapter for this one. I probably doubt it because there's nothing really special with the sticker. It's basically Phoenix Wing. Looks like it comes with 960 this ball, so that's interesting. I'm not sure what's the history behind this one. So we'll move on, and this we got teeth. So another thing to consider is the fact that it's the first year of Beyblade X has concluded, and they basically tease us what season two will do. So we've so it's a samurai, a new samurai blade. So this is like we Hasbro we got Samurai Steel, and this is supposedly in a sense an evolution. Yes, this technically there is evolution still in X, and depending on which blader, especially Queen with her Shinobi blade. And we actually got ourselves a new character, and it's actually a good, really unique design. I don't know what be going on in the story, but this is interesting. Might be a new rival team, but I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll have to see till next month. Another thing to note is Beyblade X Zone, and they had a pretty much an overview video about the whole ordeal of the game, and I'm happy to say this. That it actually takes a lot more from the 3DS Burst game God, Beyblade Burst God on the 3DS. And if you actually watch Nizuma's live stream videos on the game, it actually it's a bit more extensive in the story, and this one Zone definitely takes a step further by actually creating original characters, and that's actually cool. So we have the protagonist, we have the male and female choice, and we get a bunch of original characters here too. The protagonist will be owning the Shinobi knife blade, so it's interesting to consider. Would these bladers also be holding Hasbro exclusive base? It'd be interesting. I mean, it's a good. This is a really cool way to implement Hasbro base. I mean, we got our first one with Shinobi knife. Yeah, that's all to say about this one. And then one more thing is the Drasil Shield remake was teased from the Beyblade Cafe. So the Beyblade Cafe has gonna be a makeover to celebrate the 25th anniversary, and their display case of all the histories of Beyblade showed Drasil Shield in its prototype form, and that's interesting to see. I'm excited. I knew they were gonna do it, but to finally see it, I'm excited. It definitely looks how I expect they're gonna do Drasil Shield in X. They shrunk it down. They did the same with the Burst remake. It looks like they're using a 7 ratchet. I mean, it makes sense. It also carries that little detail of the blade base over to the blade. I mentioned it back with Dragoon, and I got to see that they're just carrying it over for Drasil's shield. It works. The 7 ratchet works. I've been told that apparently it'll be using dot, which yeah, I'm gonna admit it's probably the best choice because I know technicality the ball and orb would have been better to recreate the original Seal Blade, but it is by marketing reasons they cannot do that. That is a stamina, then and you would inaccurately would call Drasil a stamina Beyblade. It's just marketing reasons from Takara Tomy because of how they're handling the stamina and 7 defense types in X. So you had to use actual defense, and dot actually makes a lot of sense. I heard it has a better stamina than all the defense bits, so it makes sense. So yeah, yeah, and I'm not sure what to say. I'm excited, especially since this is Yoshio's also my very first Beyblade. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it on again. This actually is a good. Some of the parts they chose is good for Juicio's shield. 7 is big, chunky, and it really works. You can see it already working with the blade here, the prototype. But yeah, not much else to say. That's all the news I'm covering for this month of Beyblade X. If there's anything more, we'll see. Hopefully I'll cover anything if anything pops up. But until then, bye bye.